What up everyone, it's your man X-Man87 here, bringing you another Marvel Legends video, and what I have for you today is the Marvel Legends X-Men Deluxe Series Angel action figure review. Before we get into everything, if you could please leave a thumbs up, like rating on the video, it'll help show your support for my channel and I greatly appreciate it. Now with that said, let's go! Yo, it's here in my hands, one of my most anticipated Marvel Legends revealed for this year, next to Lady Mandarin I would say. And he looks absolutely glorious. Now, there are some things that I have some gripes on, very minor gripes, but overall, I just absolutely adore this figure. He looks awesome. I'm going to show you how awesome he is, and I'm going to go over the wings first, because if we don't, I mean, what are we even doing here, right? It's Angel. His main highlight are the wings, so these things are insanely detailed. I am so surprised at how nicely detailed they are, and that was one of my worries, was when he was revealed. You know, that Toy Biz figure had insane amounts of dry brushing. It was just beautifully detailed, and I wanted to make sure before this figure was even revealed, in my mind's eye, I was just envisioning, you know, nicely painted, detailed wings, and yo, they did it. They did not cop out here. It is beautiful. Look at the details. It's insanely detailed. Look at that. Look at all the feathers. It's beautiful. They did not cop out here. They painted the back, like all of it. This is so nice. And when I say they didn't cop out, I seriously mean it. They did not cop out. As I fold out these wings, you can see with each piece of the wing, it's all detailed. Nothing was skipped. And that makes me extremely happy. And the wings look good folded down. I really do like the way it looks. Even on the side, it doesn't look awkward. At the top right there, it doesn't look awkward. It could look a little awkward right there, but I mean, you can't. With the articulation here, I mean, it's acceptable. It's fine, and that's the one thing I love about this Angel figure more than the Toy Biz. The wings are articulate. Whereas the Toy Biz one, all you could do was this, you know, rotate them out and move them up and down. I mean, you still have this function, but the fact that you can spread the wings out and fold them down, that makes a world difference for me. And what I like about the articulation on these wings, the way they're designed, if you fold them out, it has this natural stopping point right here. So you're not going to get this crazy split unless you force it. And even there, I don't want to, you know, force it any higher. So I like that. Now, I like how large these wings are, because when you fold them out, the wingspan here is absolutely beautiful. So here I'm going to stand him with his wings folded out. I'm going to zoom out the camera in just a bit. Taking out my measuring tape, I'm going to measure it from the largest tip right here and to the other side parallel from it. Yeah, we're looking at about a 14 to 15 inch wingspan, and that is very impressive. So make sure when you put this guy on display, if you're going to have his wings folded out, just make sure you have enough space. Definitely recommend hanging this guy from a ceiling or something like that, you know, if you're going to pose him in flight. Again, the wings look great folded down. I think the only downside of these wings is if you want to keep them folded down and you want to, like, you know, move them back, it might look a little awkward. It might look a little awkward, because this part of the wing right here touches his spine, so it just kind of makes it fold out in this awkward position. So that's why I would say move this a little bit and then move them back so it looks a little bit better. And yeah, that looks a little bit better. And you can fold them inwards just this far, so that's not, you know, that's not too bad if you want to do like a dynamic pose of him kind of like flying back, trying to, you know, gain some air ground. And oh my god, yo, this looks awesome. And the wings are tight, at least on mine. I don't have any problems with anything loose. Everything is nicely tight and secured. Even popping the wings in, just make sure they pop. And yeah, it doesn't look that awkward on the back either. Looking at this top view, I wish the peg went in there deeper, just so that we could get this base of the wing touching right against his back, but I guess they did it to get more range out of it, but I think it would have been fine without it. Sorry if my camera isn't focusing right. Yeah, I feel like it could have inserted a little bit more, and trust me, this is as far as it'll go because I tried, and yeah, that's just the natural stopping point right there. And that's just a minor gripe from a visual standpoint. It's nothing that'll make or break the figure for me. The good thing, the wings are ratchet. It's a quiet ratchet, so you got one stopping point moving up and moving down, and then the wings spreading out like so. Again, it's really smooth. It's not a pain to handle. This figure feels really nice in hand, and it's easy to handle, and that's the one thing that's important for me with a figure that has a lot of things going on. And for those of you who have trouble standing figures and balancing them, when the wings are folded all the way down, the largest tip here does touch the surface, so that might help you easily keep the figure steady. I think that does it for the wings. Now we can move on and look at this default head, and it's a stoic expression. It looks really good. I like the hairstyle too. I wish they added some additional highlights to the hair. That would have made it pop. I think all the paint budget went to the wings for sure. And I like his little, masked headdress, whatever you want to call that. Definitely looks like Warren Worthington III right here. It does get a little dotty with the face print. I thought they improved on that. Up close, you can tell. From afar, you really can't tell. But it's still a great looking head sculpt. And the body is on the Vulcan body, just slightly retooled. The only thing retooled was the upper torso. As you can see, he does not have butterfly joints. So that's the biggest bummer for me, because it's a flying character. When it's a character that has flight abilities, man, I need that shoulder joint, because, if I want to have them flying in the air, now I have to manipulate the shoulders a bit to, move them back. It's manageable, but having the butterfly joints would just make it look more natural. Damn. Definitely, that's a con right there. But the paint on the rest of the body, just like the wings, is solid, man. A solid white. I like the Halo logo right there. It's pretty crisp. And yeah, again, Vulcan body. They did improve the pins, because since this is a red deco, it's just easy for me to bring Vulcan out. Look at the pins, man. They actually match the rest of the legs. Look at the knees here. You see it's off tone. Even the elbows are off tone. And I'm happy to report that the joints, they match. So I know that's a major gripe with some pinless joints, is that they don't match the rest of the plastic. But yeah, improvements, man. That's what I love to see. And then my only other gripe would be the forearm seam right there. I mean, they gotta do a Vulcan arm without that seam. It doesn't make sense here. For Vulcan, it does, and especially if they use this body for a character like the Punisher, because you got that natural glove cut right there. And for here, it just looks ugly. It doesn't need to be there, and you can tell it's painted right above it. Yeah, I won't stop bitching and moaning until they fix this. Because when you have it on characters like Kazar that have a bare, naked arm, like, come on. It just looks stupid. So Hasbro, please, fix it. But again, the paint is solid. Even the inner legs right there. The back is solid. I mean, you can't really see because of the wings, but I mean, it's a solid paint. The boots are white plastic, but it is painted above right there to match his design, and it's not that bad. It's not completely off. Up close you could tell, but from afar on display, you won't be able to tell. But that shit right there, the forearm cut, oh yeah, I'll be able to tell. That can't hide from me. Anyways, it's the Vulcan body. You know how it works. I'm not going to go over articulation. I think the only key note is because there's no butterfly joints, he does move his arm slightly higher than the Vulcan body. I guess the butterfly joints kind of prevent that from moving higher. So you get, it's not that much of a difference, but it's definitely higher. And then the ab crunch, probably, it has this kind of stopping point right there. I feel like it wants to crunch more, but it keeps popping back up. So, does the Vulcan body does that? Yeah, it has that extra crunch that keeps popping up. All right, that's the same. Yeah, basically the only difference is the arms moving up, so that's about it. Now for accessories, he comes with those Vulcan open hands, so this is good for your flight poses to add some more dynamic to it. I do feel like with these open hands, it makes his arms look a little bit more lanky. I don't know. They might be, you think they're a little too big? And they might just be a little bit oversized. And here's the alternate head with the smiling expression, and I don't know how I feel about this one, because when I look at the alternate, or should I say default head, that stoic expression, it doesn't look like it's the same person smiling. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe that's just a me thing. Maybe it's the smile. It looks like his teeth are biting his bottom lip, and he just has that expression, you know? Like, I don't know. Maybe it'll grow on me. He has some pretty rosy cheeks, though. And it's a different mask design, too. You can see there's a sharp angle right here. Look at the side. Yeah, it's a different design. I don't know why they did that. They should have just kept it the same. That's odd. Okay. Yeah, and the point at the top comes all the way down to the nose bridge where this one doesn't. So, okay. I don't think there's anything completely wrong with that, though. It's almost as if you got two costumes in one. It would have been nice to have a third head with his hair blown back, kind of like that 97 Gambit figure. That would have added so much more dynamic to the flight poses. Also, with this head covering in the red, I do also wish that they gave us the blue skin tone with it. However, you can take the blue head that came with the Deluxe Archangel and pop that on as a substitute stand-in, so that'll work for sure. You don't have to worry, it sits nice and tight, you know, there's no bobblehead going on, you know, it just functions perfectly, and this looks really good. So I have more use for this head on this body than I did for the Archangel. Gotta kick off comparisons with an important one here. Here is the new Angel Deluxe next to his predecessor, which was also a Deluxe Archangel. And now that I see these two side by side together, we definitely need an Archangel updated on this body, because it's just gonna bother me seeing this one smaller than him, because he should be the same size, if not a little bit bigger, since he got all those enhancements. But yeah, we definitely need a new one. And whenever they give us a new one, hopefully they give us two wings, you know, the one where it's, you know, his wings are not spread out and it's just like almost like a backpack, it looks like. I hope they give us that. And when they do, oh man, it's gonna be a major upgrade. Speaking of Archangel, you already know the story behind this comparison. Here is Angel next to the Apocalypse Bath and Mr. Sinister. Here he is next to some of his fellow X-Men he teamed up with to take on Phoenix. And here he is next to Phoenix. Definitely need an updated green version soon. And lastly, here he is next to his woman, Psylocke. Another X-Woman that needs an update on this Jim Lee costume. And now to wrap things up, my final rating is a 9.75 out of 10. I know this figure has very minor flaws, and while not perfect, it is, what did I say again in the beginning of the video? It's glorious. Absolutely glorious. And that's all I need it to be for an Angel figure. The wings are absolutely phenomenal. The articulation cuts will probably just bother those that care only about sculpt over articulation, but it doesn't look bad, not one bit. Besides, this is an action figure, and it's imperative for Angel's wings to function and get him into various poses for both vanilla and dynamic. Hasbro understood the assignment with the wings, and they passed it with flying colors. I'm still not over how insane those paint details are on the wings. Every single brimming granular detail on those feathers are completely painted. Hasbro, this really you? Thank you. The paint throughout the figure is so sharp and clean on the design of the costume. All head and hands are always good. Although they could have thrown us another nugget here, like those swimming gesture hands they give to Namor. Those are good for flight characters too. What would have taken this figure over the top would have been swappable jacketed arms and a jacket piece that's covering his wings underneath for a disguised look. But that's wishful thinking. I would have rated this a 10 if he had butterfly joints. Other than not having butterfly joints, and the forearm seams, for $35, I have no complaints, as he's worth every penny. Now give me an 80s X Factor version, but more importantly, give me this costume in blue, Hasbro, because as much as I love this red one, it's the blue I prefer, as that color just makes the character look more angelic to me. This is a bona fide top 10 Marvel Legends of 2024, so do yourselves a favor and add them to your X-Men collection. Now I kick it back to you. What do you think of my review on this Angel figure? Is red the color you wanted for Angel, or do you prefer the blue costume? What's the next version of Angel you want to see in Legends? Besides an updated Archangel, give me an AOA Angel. Comment below, let me know, we'll chat about it. Thanks for watching another Marvel Legends review. Please follow me on Instagram if you haven't already at xman87. Hit the notification bell so you always know when my latest videos are up. Share and subscribe if you're new. See you on the next review. Peace, peace.